Hey Yins, it's Megan, back to tell you once again about one of my favorite block parties, Open Streets Pittsburgh. The June Shindig is almost here, and for the first time ever, it's going through the Hill District. Bike Pittsburgh is shutting down 3.5 miles of roadway from the Hill through downtown, across the Roberto Clemente Bridge, and all the way into the north side. Leave your car at home for this one and come walk, bike, roll, even skip across the bridge if that is your thing. There's always so much to do and see at Open Streets Pittsburgh. Plus, the CityCast Pittsburgh team will be there with an open mic. It's all going down Saturday, June 29th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Make your plans at openstreetspgh.org.
Hey CityCast friends, producer Sophia Lowe here. I am still checking off all the classic local summer activities. I'm going to Presque Isle for the first time. I've got tickets to a Pirates game where I will be scarfing down a renegade dog with the mini pierogies. I'm so excited. But we also want to hear from you. What's on your Pittsburgh summer bucket list? Tell us and you might hear your answer on the show. You can email us at pittsburgh@citycast.fm, or you could text us or leave us a voicemail. Our phone number is 412-212-8893. That's 412-212-8893. We can't wait to hear from you.
Today on CityCast Pittsburgh. It has been hot lately, and it's supposed to be consistently hotter than usual all summer long. But that doesn't mean you have to spend the whole season sweating. We're here with some of our favorite ways to beat the heat in and around Pittsburgh. It's Tuesday, July 2nd. I'm Megan Harris, and here's what Pittsburgh's talking about. I'm with producer Sophia Lowe. Hello.
Hi, Megan.
Hi. We had our first really long string of extremely hot days in the summer, in the middle of June, 90 plus degree weather. I can't deal with it when it's that sticky outside and also humid. It's terrible.
Oh, the humidity is absolutely what's getting me. I was walking up the hill the other day and I took 2 breaks just because I was sweating. And I was like, this is so gross. I hate it.
Sophia and I had a couple field recordings lately where we actually leave our closets and go out and do things. And it was unpleasant. We were not our best selves.
No, definitely not. And, more high temperatures to come, I'm sure. The song of the summer is Chapel Rowan's Hot to Go for more than one reason. Perfect song. It's also how I'm coping.
I understand. And thankfully, a lot of our city is also coping with cooling centers. Very important to let folks know about, of course. But that's actually why we're here, to let folks know how to stay cool in the summer in Pittsburgh. I feel like this team always loves to come up with categories. So we've got some fun places to go outside when it's hot, to hang out indoors around Pittsburgh, plus some tips for cooling down your home. And of course, what kinds of food are nice to eat when the temps are this extremely high.
So first up, outside, we've already done a couple episodes about Pittsburgh City's swimming pools and ways to enjoy the rivers here in the city. We'll link those in the show notes. I think those are definitely great ways to stay cool. Mm-hmm. Plus, if you're in the water, you are not feeling all gross and sweaty. I know you're still sweating, but it's not real to me if I can't feel it.
I'm with you. Even if you're not feeling the sweat and the heat, don't forget to hydrate. Not the pool water, obviously.
Oh,
but you gotta keep the fluids rolling,
Yes, that is the part I always forget. I very much got overheated when I was swimming at the beach earlier this summer in Florida. It's okay. I'm here. I survived. So the pools aren't too expensive. If you go often, the family pass is definitely worth it. I know renting a kayak for the day can get a little pricey, but there's also a free option to get wet and stay cool, the splash pads.
Totally. And the pool pass, very cute this year, little blue houses. I saw somebody post it the other day.
Ooh, okay. I haven't gotten mine yet.
They're little metal tags you have to physically keep on your keychain, Sophia, so watch out.
Oh, I'll lose. Okay, I'm going to buy a carabiner after this.
A lot of our playgrounds also have lots of water features that can always be nice. Like you said, splash pads have no entrance fee. You can definitely save on your water bill there since you're not running a sprinkler. The city of Pittsburgh has a full list of splash pads and playgrounds with all their spray features. We'll link to it in the show notes. They're just all over the city.
Yeah, and these spray parks are open from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. usually, so that can head over there during the hottest parts of the day.
And since we talked about all our public pools, there's also this thing with private pools. So you can borrow sort of someone's backyard pool. Is this service called Swimply? So SWIMPLY, which lets you rent out to someone else's pool for a little while.
What? Is this like Airbnb for pools?
Pretty much. There's not a ton of them here in Pittsburgh, so don't get too excited, at least not within the city limits, which I guess makes sense.
Right.
But there are a fair number of options in more suburban areas. Just wanted to throw that out as an option. You do pay by the hour. I assume you also have to keep it clean, but it seems really cool.
Ooh, okay, that sounds fun for planning a little pool party. Hanging out by the water always makes me feel a little better, even if I'm not physically in it. So Point State Park is another place to sit. When it's hot, though, I definitely move to under the trees and spots with shade instead of sitting directly by the fountain. But I like that you kind of get both of those features.
Yeah, I would say the water steps by PNC Park also have sort of the same vibe. Lots of greenery around, some nature, but also that gorgeous view of the city. Although just be wary perhaps of maybe dipping any, body parts in the water there. It's fine. There's always tons of kids playing in it. I'm sure it's fine, but it just makes me feel a little squishy. Another water activity we haven't talked about a ton is tubing. A lot of people I know are really into it. Have you been on the rivers, in a tube, Sophia?
No, I haven't. I've looked into it, but I just haven't gone because it is a little bit of a trek. Most tubing spots are about an hour away.
Unless you have a friend with a boat, which is
true.
A vital thing to acquire here in the city.
I do not have a friend with a boat. If you have a boat and want to be friends, hit me up.
I feel like tubing is a thing you would like, though. It's like your version of outside flop time.
It is. It really is. So one spot that's less than an hour away is the river's edge. That's in Leechburg, so floating down the Kiski River. They've also got kayaking and canoeing, but the problem is they're only open on Friday, Saturday, Sundays, and holidays, so it's a little limited.
Okay. Since you've looked into it, any options for weekdays then?
Yes, I do have one. It's called Pale Whale Canoe Fleet, which is in Cook Forest State Park. As the company name suggests, you can hop into a canoe. They've also got kayaking and rafting, but tubing was the thing I was looking at, and they've got that as well. The way they work is you just check their Facebook page to see what activities they're offering that day, and there aren't prepaid reservations. So maybe get up a little early if you want to go because they're about 2 hours away from Pittsburgh. Another option is coal tubing in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. They have river tubing and whitewater tubing, and I can't decide if that's fun or scary. I've been whitewater rafting, but tubing, I don't know, feels a little scarier.
I feel like I see some person in a tube every single time I've ever been to Ohiopyle, on either whitewater rafting or kayaking. There's always some maniac in a tube. So clearly it can be done.
Okay.
Yins know we are always here for a Best of the Burgh weekend recommendation, and I am coming in hot with a big one. The Pittsburgh Parks Conservancy is teaming up with 11th Hour Brewing for a Parks on Tap tour. It's a summer beer garden series that kicks off June 30th at the Shenley Park Visitor Center. So from 1 to 7 p.m., you'll get live music, Black Cat Pizza's food truck. I can finally confirm it is so delicious. And of course, sip on a brewski. Plus, you're drinking for a cause because some of that beer money goes right back into our city parks. So mark your calendars for the Parks Conservancy's Parks on Tap tour. That's Sunday, June 30th in Shenley Park, Saturday, July 20th in Allegheny Commons Park, and Sunday, August 18th in Highland Park. Plus, keep an eye out for more about September. Tickets to the beer garden are totally free, but registration is recommended. So get online, that's pittsburghparks.org/beer-garden, and get your spots today.
Hi, I'm David Plotz, CEO of CityCast. Or, as I can say now, thanks to a few weeks with Babbel, hola, soy David Plotz, el jefe de CityCast. What if in 2024 you got a little bit better every day? When you're learning a new language with Babbel, that's exactly what you're doing. And if Babbel can help me start speaking a new language in just 3 weeks, imagine what you could do in a full year. I got started with Babbel because I realized that my girlfriend, who's a native Spanish speaker, and my son, who's in AP Spanish, were conspiring against me, or I thought they were conspiring against me in Spanish. I wanted to know what they were talking about. And now, thanks to literally just a few weeks of Babbel, I'm starting to be able to eavesdrop. It is rare that something so fun and simple, and Babbel is super fun and very simple, is also so useful. So here's a special limited time deal for CityCast listeners. Right now, get up to 60% off your Babbel subscription, but only for CityCast listeners at babbel.com/CityCast. Get up to 60% off at babbel.com/CityCast. Spelled BABBEL.com/CityCast. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Well, let's bring it back to the Pittsburgh area and talk about how to cool off indoors, preferably here in the city. What's your favorite?
I really like public libraries because you could hang out there for free, hang out there all day. They actually expanded their hours a few months ago, I think sometime around March. So they're open until 8 now. I mean, definitely like check your local branch hours since I know hours vary by location and day. But, you know, you can stay pretty late at the libraries and extra points for the Oakland branch because there's a Yin's coffee there. So you can get like your lunch, your bevies, your treats. And, you know, while students are gone over the summer, there's less competition for the hammock space under the trees there.
Museums are probably one of my favorite spaces to get lost in, particularly in the summer, just because they feel like such a great escape. And you can feel like a whole day there. It's like an accordion. Whatever you need to do, you can make it happen in a museum. For most spots, there is, of course, the price of admission. But I will shout out the August Wilson Cultural Center downtown because they are free. Bicycle Heaven is another free museum. I really love it over there. There's just like so much weirdness to get lost in. They do accept donations, so you can consider that too.
I have not been to Bicycle Heaven yet. That's been on my list for like a year. Maybe this is the summer I check it out. I know. I love looking at weird things and like looking at things and finding like what people stuck in random places.
Literally, there is a bicycle stuck in a tree where a tree like grew around a bicycle and they put the whole tree in there. You're gonna love it so much.
Nature is going to win one day. You could also get into a lot of museums free this summer, though, with the Rad Pass. We've talked about it on the show, but I think it's worth the reminder that the Rad Summer Staycation program is running, you know, all through the season.
And we talked about this in our Guide to May episode. Tickets ran out really quickly when the program first launched May 1st, but there are tickets to cultural centers, museums. The Rad website releases new ones apparently every day. We didn't realize that initially. And I hear that it is best to check in the morning.
I've been meaning to do that, but I keep forgetting to because I am so tired when I wake up.
I'm not a morning person. I'm just not. It's okay.
And you do need a library card to get the free ticket. So another reason to pop by an Allegheny Library branch if you haven't already. And, you know, get some books, get your free museums, check out other cool things. The libraries really have everything. Cornhole, summer games if you decide it is not too hot to be outside.
Truly, there are so many things in their library of things. I feel like we've talked about our library so much, but it's just because we love them so much. We have a couple of shows that are relevant to that we will also put in our show notes.
Yes, lots to do this summer. But like you said, Megan, the cooling centers are also really big when it does hit those like 90 plus degrees. So you can check the city's website or social media channels for announcements. They're all over the city, and they're usually in community centers or rec centers, and everyone's welcome.
Yeah, and usually during like daylight hours. So I think by and large, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., barring anything crazy. So the hottest parts of the day. Also, if you want an air conditioning unit in your home, some Pittsburghers may qualify for a free unit.
Yes, I learned about this program recently. It sounds really cool. It's available to anyone statewide. There's like a couple caveats, though. So people are only eligible for this if you've received any assistance through the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program this past November through April. So that's kind of a limited window. But if you do qualify for this cooling program, you could potentially get 2 AC units or a unit and a fan, or just get your current AC system fixed if that's the problem.
Man, wouldn't that be just incredible to be able to at least start there?
Yeah, absolutely. But one more thing about this program that I think is a little annoying is you can't apply for these AC units directly. So WHYY in Philly explained that if you've got help before from the Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program, they should reach out to you. But then if not, you should call them. And we'll have the info linked in the show notes so you can call like the Allegheny County office and get that figured out.
And then there's also stuff that folks can do to just try to keep their home cool. Like, I know it sounds silly to say it out loud, but like opening your windows, not during the middle of the day when it's like it's hottest, but early in the morning, particularly if you can get some crosswind, like some of the breeze going when it's darker, when it's cooler, when you can get any kind of relief you can find.
Oh, yeah. I do that a lot before I go to sleep. I also recently learned that if you have a ceiling fan, running it counterclockwise makes it cooler.
It's seasonal. Yeah, you have to switch them.
I didn't know that. Is this common knowledge?
I would say a boomer taught me that lesson. Yeah.
Well, thank you for passing that down. But I think another Pittsburgh relevant tip is just making sure that your doors and windows are actually sealed and insulated, just because we have such old houses here. Because in the winter, cold air was blowing into my house, but we fixed that with just like a strip from Home Depot. It was like $10, and I'm sure it would be way hotter in here if we hadn't gotten to that in the winter.
Yeah, I mean, in past days, I have definitely been known to, like, if I didn't have curtains handy or something, like even just putting a blanket in the window to kind of block some of that, it really helps.
Oh, yeah.
Also, if you lose power during a heat wave, which I know so many of our neighbors did during that really bad spell in June, there's different things you can do. You can soak a towel in some cool water and put that around your neck. Fingers crossed we don't have any kind of big issue for the rest of the summer, but it's Pittsburgh, so who knows?
Okay, we've talked about indoor and outdoor spaces you can visit to cool down when it's hot, but it's time for my favorite way to make sure I don't get too sweaty and gross. Get a little fun drink.
Yes, of course. Hydration, very important. But you always have so many more interesting options than just your standard H2O.
Yes, I always carry a lot of water, but the water's just more to get me to the destination to get a more fun drink.
I'm a big proponent of the 3-drink rule, like 1 for hydration, 1 for caffeine, 1 for fun.
Oh, absolutely. I think some things can do more than one, like this one drink from Commonplace Coffee. They've got a lot of fun summer drinks, different ones at all their locations. But one that I have my eye on is from the Mexican War Streets. There's a pomegranate passion matcha seltzer.
Whoa, that there's a lot going on in that one.
Yes, very fruity, a little bit of matcha for that caffeine. Seltzer is water, so that also counts for hydration.
One that I've seen folks talk about, I've sampled a few of their flavors over the years, 111 Juice Bar. They do pop-ups. They have pre-made bottles that are in coolers all over the city. They just have some really delicious stuff.
Do you have a favorite juice or just recipe in general? I'm not a juice person. Is there one you'd recommend me start with? Not something green, please.
I think it depends on the place where you're getting them. I always pick something personally with either apple or pineapple juice because I'm a weenie and I like my stuff to be sweet.
Okay.
If I'm going to drink juice, I just want it to taste at least still a little
it
bit like juice.
It should be juice, like fruit juice.
But I also support the hiding of vegetables in my beverages, so it just depends. But I'm not snobby about color. Like, it can be green, it can be blue, it can be red, it can be whatever. I like it all.
Okay. I also feel like, for whatever reason, I cannot get myself to pay more than $3 for some kind of juice drink. Like, I know it's full of vegetables and fruits, and, like, those things are not cheap, but I'm still like, my juice should be $1.
How much do you pay for coffee?
Huh. I feel really called out.
I'm just saying, the fruits and the vegetables have to come to you the same way the coffee beans come to you. So, like, just maybe mentally work on putting those on a similar plane.
I know, but, like, the caffeine gets me going, and that's priceless.
So does the sugar in the juice. It's good. It's good for you.
Okay. Well, I will get like frozen stuff like smoothies, and I'm really into lots of popsicles. I went to Beachview recently and I stocked up on a ton of paletas from Algeciras Paleteria. The one I am most excited about, I've been saving it for the right moment. It is a spicy pineapple popsicle.
Okay, that sounds really good.
Yeah, and fancy.
I've also been a big fan lately of like a tiki or, like, I guess more like tropical flavored cocktail. The ones that I'm really excited about, Hidden Harbor has a tiki series that they do every few months where you have to drink a certain number of tiki beverages and then you complete like the series or whatever.
Do I get a prize?
I think there is a prize,
Ooh.
although you're paying a lot of money for it. Those cocktails are not cheap. Tina's also has a great cocktail, like tropical cocktail menu. And another one that I'm a really big fan of is Big Springs Distilling. They have pre-made cocktails like in bottles, and they do free shipping in our area. So you can buy like a few of their bottles and have them sent to you, or you can stop in person. I think they've got a spot over in Sewickley.
Got it. But the option is open for people who just want to stay inside where there's the AC and then drink.
Yeah, totally.
Well, another option for, staying cool is eating something hot and spicy. So my go-to for spicy food is always Noodlehead and Shady Side. Everything is good. I mean, I feel like I don't even need to recommend them. But if you are looking for a fun beverage their lemongrass honey green iced tea is amazing. And you get a free refill with your order. So extra perk, extra hydration.
Yeah, and if in case you missed it, we just did an episode not too long ago about the best Mexican food in Pittsburgh. Lots of amazing spots there recommended. And you can always ask them to increase your spice level. They are happy to do that.
Ooh, okay. I gotta be careful. Like, I feel like I'm always like, yeah, I can do a little more spicy. And then a couple bites in, I'm like, no, I can't. This was actually a terrible idea. I love tacos, but when it's hot out, I hate turning on the stove or the oven. Like, I would buy my tacos, but I'm not making them. So what I do at home is some sort of like girl dinner or adult Lunchables where it's a bunch of little snacks. And Salim's has very good dips. And now I'm thinking about hummus and tabbouleh and grape leaves, and now I'm hungry.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of like a home charcuterie from like, well, I mean, I guess if we're being fancy, you could buy one out and get some stuff from maybe Chantal's or the Cheese Queen in Mount Oliver. There's lots of great folks that do that. Or you could try to DIY one yourself, maybe stop by Penn Mac and get some fun stuff. There's a lot of great ways to do that.
Absolutely. And please let us know if there's any other places we missed. Let us know where you like to go when it's hot out or what you like to eat and drink to beat the heat. You can send us a text or a voicemail at 412-212-8893. Or you can also email us at pittsburgh@citycast.fm. I would very much like more drink recommendations. Y'all know I'm always on the hunt for more beverages to sip on.
Yes, y'all. Help Sophia.
Help me stay cool.
That's all for today here on CityCast Pittsburgh. If you are liking the show, please tell someone, recommend us. We really appreciate it when you do that. And make sure you're subscribed to our Hey Pittsburgh newsletter. We have so many event recommendations and other fun ways to hang out in the city. It really is designed from us to help you enjoy the city you live in. We will be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Talk to you soon.
I was just going to put the lyrics of Chapel Rowan's Hot to Go. I could sing the thing and do the little dance.
I was at a wedding with a bunch of people who were a lot younger than me, and I had never seen the dance. I had only ever sang the song in my car.